Hey guys, and welcome to Will Squared Sports Podcast, where today we're going to be talking about college football. This is something that William and I have been wanting to touch and talk about for the past week, but we held on because we wanted to bring Gabe in from Texas, who it will be able to give us his intake and his input on what he thinks about college football. I'm Will Senior,
And I'm Will Jr.
and we're gonna get right. We're gonna get started right away.
Sure.
Um,
Uh,
okay,
uh,
William, go ahead. And I know. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna talk about the championship games that are gonna be coming up within
yes.
the next few weeks, and then we're gonna touch a little bit on the top 12, and then we're gonna have a big discussion over the bubble teams that are still kind of like on the fence, whether we're not sure whether they're going to get in, whether they're going to be voted out. But anyway, let's get started with the championship games.
Yes, because even though I'm a fan of Alabama, I am pissed. But that's a topic for like the next 30 minutes. All right. First game on the schedule, the Mountain West Championship. We have ranked 20. What even is this thing? University of Las Vegas and Boise State. So this game is going to be in Boise State. So they have that damn like blue field to
That
play on. So
that field
Gabe,
is kind of crazy.
yeah, that's a
It is
crazy field.
nuts. Yeah.
So Gabe, what's your prediction on this
Uh
game? Jesus.
so I think
Yeah, talk.
my overall prediction is gonna be Boise State's gonna win this one. One thing I've been seeing is that apparently the weather out there is supposed to be like in the low 40s and like maybe the mid 20s at night. And it's an outdoor stadium and the Rebels are an indoor playing team.
Yes.
So the weather's gonna be a huge factor. And I mean, quite frankly, Boise's been playing pretty good.
So is UNLV playing in the Raiders Stadium?
That's a good question. I actually don't know that one.
Okay,
Hang on, let me see right now. If you want.
because obviously before they weren't, but I'm wondering because you said that they're an indoor.
Oh, yes, it
Yeah.
is actually. Wow.
So they're in Allegiant State. It's Allegiant,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stadium.
Legion.
It's a Legion.
Yeah.
All right,
So
cool.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
that's
sorry.
going to be a huge factor for sure. I think Boise's going to win that one. They've been playing really well all season. So
Yeah, me too. Like you said, it's going to be cold. So what does that mean? A lot of running game. And who's their running back? Exactly,
Mhm.
Chauncey.
exactly.
He's a Heisman like front runner or like a top 2, top 3. So he's going to run a lot of in that game, and they will win, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yep.
Our second game, the AAC Championship. We have, for some reason, ranked 24. It's Army and Tulane.
Well, Army's been, they were undefeated for a long time in the
Yes, but they pass the ball like 5 times a game, probably.
that's Army and Navy
That's
both.
Army.
I
Hey.
mean, I remember a couple of years ago when they do the Army Navy game, all it was running and it was
Next
like
week.
0-0 or so. I mean, I don't think they've changed
Yeah.
much since then.
So
Yeah. I
Gabe,
mean, I have to agree. I think Army with their run game, honestly, I would take them over Tulane. Army has been playing actually pretty good this year as well. They've put together a 10-1 season. They are ranked 24 nationally, which is pretty good for Army. That's probably the best I've ever witnessed Army be in
Yeah,
football.
me too.
Personally. So yeah, I think they take this game. Like you were saying earlier, their run game is just that's what they're known for, and they're gonna just pound you till they score, and they don't
Okay,
care.
I got Tulane, and if somehow they lose this game, I'll pay you both $5. Okay, because
Bet.
Army's gonna have to pass at some point in this game. They can't just run the ball every play, but that's their tactic.
That's what you think, but they're
They
gonna do
have
it anyway.
70 pass attempts all season.
That's
So I don't want
fine.
to. Pat Mahomes like once threw the ball, I think like 90 times in a college game, right?
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Listen,
Yeah, so
don't worry about it, bro.
Now up
Okay.
next on Saturday at noon, the Big 12 championship. Unfortunately, is not freaking Colorado, but it is Arizona State, Iowa State. Well, Gabe, what do you see in this game, bro?
I see the Sun Devils winning that one. Go Arizona State. They've been on a roll lately.
Same with me. Yeah,
They're what, 5-game win streak right now.
probably around there.
Yeah, I'm reading right now. They 2 of the 5 wins are against ranked opponents. Kansas State at 16 at the time, and then BYU, who was 14 at the time. So I think Arizona's got this one. They're just hot right now. They absolutely they're the ones that just in that rivalry game that was like lopsided, right?
They just destroyed Arizona.
That's
and
what
I
it was,
had
yeah.
and I had actually considered. I told William that I thought Arizona was going to win, and they got totally
There was
dismantled.
zero
So
shot in
I
hell.
was way off the mark on that one.
You
Oh,
see
yeah.
the mascots boxing, and the
Yes.
Sun Devil
Yes.
beat the crap out of the other one. Yeah,
Yes.
it was
Yeah,
like a perfect metaphor for the game.
Yeah, so I think you're right. I think Arizona State wins this game.
Yeah, me too. They beat Kansas like 3 weeks ago. They were not even a ranked team before that. I mean, they came out of nowhere, honestly. They beat Kansas. They beat Kansas State, sorry. Then they beat like 2 more ranked. They beat BYU to get in this spot. So they deserve it.
Yep.
I think it will be them.
Yeah. Here's a last little second stat to build on your point. Last season they were 3-9. This season they're 10-2. Huge turnaround. Huge turnaround.
Yeah, big.
All right. This next one is a bit of a heartbreaker for me and Will, considering what happened this past Saturday in New York. The ACC championship does not have the U in it. It has Clemson and SMU.
Clemson.
And Clemson has found its way back in here somehow, some way.
And SMU just came out of nowhere this year.
They've been just a consistent
average team until this year, and now they're in the championship. Clemson, I see SMU winning this one. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk, but it'll be a 20-point difference.
Really, 20?
Oh wow. See, I don't know about that. I'm thinking it'll be a lot closer. And quite frankly, I am kind of torn because it does feel like SMU is kind of like on a magical run. Is like, will it run out? Is this the time when they finally just don't do the job?
Not this Clemson team. This Clemson team.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Doesn't have anything.
So I do think SMU will win, but I don't think it's going to be as big of a difference as you're saying. I'm thinking maybe it's going to be like a one score game. Whether that's a touchdown or a field goal, I think it's going to be pretty close.
The Clemson coach has the experience. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
He's been to the trip 3 times, I think, or probably even 4. I still have SMU, probably like a field goal at most, and because of the fact I don't want to see them in the playoff, I just not Clemson.
Yeah, that's the other thing is the only way Clemson gets in is with a win, so they have a lot more to lose. I think SMU still would have the potential of making it in, even if they'll
be in if they win.
Yeah.
They'll be in. All right, these next 2 are going to be a lot of talking, a lot of rage. First one, the Big Ten. The 2 teams I've talked crap on the most all year for having easy schedules, and they meet in the championship. Oregon, Penn State. We just so happen to have a loyal, hurt, heartbroken Ohio State fan here who would love to share his opinion on what just happened this past week, because Michigan of 2024 should not have even been in the same atmosphere as its Ohio State team. I was watching the game in anger because all Michigan did was run the ball, and Ohio did not run the ball. So, Ohio State fan, what do you want to say about this game?
Can't beat Michigan.
Okay. They can't beat Michigan. Ryan Day can't beat Michigan. He's what, like 1-4? He's 1-4. Yes. He's 1-4. He's 1-4 against them, but that one, he wasn't even the real coach at the time. I believe he's like 40-2 against literally
everybody else.
Everyone else in the whole country. Yeah. So back to this game. Oregon and Penn State. I mean, I can't think of 2 teams that I would want to lose more, but Yeah.
Which
The
one do
state-
you want to lose more? I guess would be the question.
Probably Penn State, because they should not have even been 4 to
Yep.
start with.
Yeah,
At least Oregon is 11-0 or 10-0, so they haven't lost yet. Yes, they only faced Ohio. Their only hard game, it was a 1-point win. I got them by like 30. I'm not gonna lie. I
well,
want Penn State to get destroyed.
well, yeah. I mean, what we want and what might happen are two different things, right?
Okay,
I
I
think
got,
Oregon wins, but I think it's going to be a two score, 10 points to 14 points.
And Penn State is going to be in the playoff, man. Penn State is going to be in this playoff, win or lose. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I think Oregon's going to win this one, and same thing. It's going to be a 2-score game. So I think this one's going to go their way. I think they have the better offense. Like Penn State's really good defense, but I mean Oregon's the more complete team.
Yeah.
Okay. This game is in where is it? Even Indianapolis. Okay, so it's in a dome.
Oh, they're playing Indy.
Never mind. All right. And now this last one, which affects all of us here because of the chaos that has happened in the greatest conference in college football, the SEC. The SEC Championship. A rematch of Texas and Georgia. They were my preseason of the championship people or teams. It probably can't happen. It might still happen with the rankings. We're not sure yet. But a game like this, it's going to be a lot of great football.
Oh, yeah.
The floor is yours.
First, let's guys start by saying, hook 'em horns. Let's go Longhorns. I think we got this one. We're about to get our revenge. We're going to beat the crap out of Georgia. I can't wait. We are playing so much better now than we were when we first played Georgia, and they beat the shit out of us. I'm not even going to lie. They beat our brakes off. So we're playing a lot better. I mean, our defense against Texas A&M looked phenomenal. That's the best I've seen them play all season. So I'm feeling really, really good about this. Longhorns, I guess they really needed that loss. That's like a little bit of a kick in the teeth to remind them, like, hey, remember this feeling because you don't want that again. Yeah. And now they have a reason to go out there and really take it to Georgia and show them what's going on and kind of state their case as to why they should be the favorite to win the playoffs as well,
the whole thing,
and get the whole national title. And I'm looking forward to this game. I'm super hyped. I got my fridge full of beer, and I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go.
Hey Gabe, who do you think we should be looking at to win their one-on-one in order for Texas to win? Like who should be highlighted? The quarterback, running back, the defense.
If I remember correctly, both of these quarterbacks were like supposedly like Heisman favorites at the beginning of the season, and they both kind of fallen off. Ewers kind of streaky a little bit, not gonna lie. He has some weird decision-making things. I think he's someone to keep an eye on to see how he's looking. They tend to start the games very shaky, the first bit of the first quarter. But I mean, honestly, the kid that showed up in the last game, Wisner, he's someone to look out for. He averaged I think it's 5.6 yards per rush. Ridiculous. So I think to me that's who I'll be looking out for is Wisner. He's looking really good.
All right. And William, what is your take on this game? Because we're on the other side. I mean, we are both Bama fans, and we don't like Georgia. But I'm actually rooting for Georgia this year for some crazy reason.
I mean, you're going for Georgia?
I think Georgia wins this game again. And they're still my pick to win the championship, the collegiate championship.
No.
It has been like this since day one.
Since day one, honestly. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He has said it. All right. I have Texas in this game for one person only. Steve Sarkisian.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to believe that he could have 2 tries at this Georgia defense and not score more than 25 points. Carson Beck is not scoring 25 points on that Texas defense without help, turnovers. So if you limit the turnovers and you just play clean offense,
Yep.
Quinn Ewers is not the best, like Gabe said. Hasn't had a great season, but nah. I mean, you got to win now. You have to win now.
Yep.
If Texas win, they might be the number 2 seed. They'll get the bye. That's it.
And you got to remember, Georgia just came off an what was it, 8 overtime game. They barely won.
Yeah, that was so crazy.
What was that
No,
game where they won by like 1 point?
I
Georgia's
will
been
agree.
struggling.
2 points, yeah, and I will agree
Yeah.
that Georgia's been up and down this whole season. I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
I still haven't lost faith in them, and I think they're gonna turn it up and ride the wave all the way to the end.
I will say the one thing is that they are playing in Atlanta. So
I know.
It gives a huge home field advantage to Georgia.
Yeah, pretty much. Georgia's home.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that being said, I still think Texas is going to go in there and take care of business. So, and I just saw right before we started this, the news broke that Bevo will not be traveling with the team.
Yes, I saw that too.
Unfortunately, we won't see Bevo and Uga go at it again like they did a couple years ago. That's the rematch we're all really looking forward to, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there it is, guys.
Now, our next topic, the University of Sadness. Okay, that's what it is. So, Will Senior, please tell us your opinion on this Syracuse Miami game, because we both saw it like pretty much at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? We're up by 21 points. I mean, so for those of you, yes, I'm a Bama fan, but I've been a Unite. Oh my God, a Miami Hurricane fan much longer than a Bama fan, and just utter disappointment. Up 21 points with the championship on the line, like and you let them come back. And I'm more disappointed in, okay, fine. The defense all year, we know this, defense all year has not been playing well. Mm-hmm. They're going to give up the points. Mm-hmm. However, the offense has been able to keep up and actually obviously score more points. So I'm more disappointed in the expectation that the offense should have scored more, or at least held on to the ball and kept the drives alive and kept eating up on the clock, so that Syracuse wouldn't have an opportunity to score 21 points. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed on that, and I was looking forward to the U to get into the ACC championship, win that, because I really think they would have beat SMU. And then go into the playoffs. I wasn't expecting them to do much in the playoffs. I think you have really tough teams there that were better than Miami, and at the end of the day, it showed that Miami wasn't ready to play with the big boys just yet. Maybe next year.
Yeah, no, true. The only one thing that I was really pissed off about was that they were down by 7 with like 4 minutes, and they kicked a field goal. That was the only thing, because I mean, they didn't stop them for the first like 6 drives in the third quarter. So why do you even try to kick it? You still need a touchdown if you kick the field goal. I mean, that's number one. And number two, Kyle McCord is the Syracuse quarterback. If y'all know who Kyle McCord is, this man is the reason I hated Ohio State last year. They had such a great team, and this guy couldn't throw at all in the big games. That's who torched Miami for like 400 yards and like 5 touchdowns. Okay, so that's what pissed me off the most.
What quarterback didn't torch Miami, to be honest with you, this year, right? I mean,
yeah, but this one felt a lot worse because we know this quarterback guy.
Yeah,
was a high-rated quarterback, and he sucked, and I hated him because of what he did this past year.
Yep.
Again, I think McCord finished with over 4,000 passing yards this season, right?
Good for Syracuse. He plays in the
in
the weaker conference now, the damn ACC.
Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah.
So then this all like ties into this next question. So now we know that there are about 4 teams like fighting for one spot, like given that Clemson's going to lose. So let's imagine that Clemson's going to lose. There are 4 teams like fighting for that one final spot. Alabama, Ole Miss, like South Carolina, and obviously the U. In y'all's opinion, who deserves it and why? So yeah, in my opinion, it should be Ole Miss, and here's why. Okay, so first it should not be like South Carolina, just because they lost to Bama. Okay, so head to head is already out, so they're done. The U, yes, they do have like one less loss than both Ole Miss and Bama. They got to take into account
Easier schedule. Yeah.
Mhm.
the competition, the schedule, and how they lost. Pretty much. So Bama and Ole Miss are so close with these things. They did not like face off against each other, so that's not a factor. But they both beat like Georgia. Uh, they both lost to two unranked teams, but Bama lost by 25 to Oklahoma, whereas Miss just lost by 7 at most, like 7-6, I think. Whereas Alabama, it was like 6 and then 25
Mhm.
against Oklahoma. So that's it for me. Like same record, they both beat like Georgia, so a top rated team. They both lost to two unranked teams, but who lost worse? And for me, it was Alabama. So in my opinion, I think it should be Ole Miss, but it's gonna be Bama. It's gonna be Bama, okay? Because they're more
Because of the
popular
name,
and because of the name.
name
Yeah.
recognition.
And because we moved this like 14 playoff to a 12-team playoff. And just like
Mhm.
just imagine like not having just a school in there, right? Like they're
Yeah.
such a historic school in college football, so they should be up there. But now like this year, it should be Ole Miss for me.
So here's a question for you guys, and I don't know the answer. This is why I'm asking.
Okay.
Are there any results in those championships that would take one of those top 12 teams out of the top 12?
I highly doubt it.
So, like if
Because
Clemson beats SMU, are
they're
they
both
dropping
in.
out?
No, they're both
Right.
in. They're both in if that happens. Our
What
only
if
shot,
Yeah.
no, it's not a lot because looking at the currently playoff picture, all the
UNLV
teams
beats Boise State?
I think that would make Boise move out
they
of
swap.
contention. Yeah.
They're not gonna have like two Mountain West teams in there. I'm sorry. So they probably
Yeah,
swap.
exactly. That's probably
Yeah,
all.
I'm just just asking. I
Yeah.
mean,
Uh,
so
and
basically what we're saying is that the top 12 or at least the top 11 are already pretty much set. And
yes,
so we only
Yeah.
have a few teams that are on the bubble
yes,
that have access to the last spot, and that's what we're discussing. Okay, so yeah.
if Clemson
Obviously,
wins, yeah,
no,
it-
obviously I think Bama makes it only because of name recognition, right? I mean, Ole Miss, they have good name recognition, but just not as big as Bama, right?
Alabama,
Yeah.
yeah,
And the U may make it just because they also have that name recognition, right? I mean, they were top team for many, many years.
Yep.
And they're surprised this year, and you're like, oh wow, and they
yeah.
have Cam is a great quarterback. They might want to spotlight him in the playoffs. Milrow is not playing well, so they may not want to put him in there. So yeah, I don't know. For me, I think Bama makes it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami is put in there too.
Nice.
Gabe, what did you think? What do you think?
I'm thinking Ole Miss gets in. That's who I've been most impressed with, honestly, as a program. Yeah, I mean, I think Bama's time is not this year, maybe, and I
No.
wouldn't say they're dead, like as a program as a whole, but this ain't their year. I want to see Ole Miss in there. I'm tired of seeing Bama just in general, anyway.
You're just scared
That's
that Bama is going to go on a run and beat Texas. That's all.
Which is very
no.
likely. There's not one team out there that's better than everyone else. And
Look, when Bama is on their
Alabama's Bama.
game,
Exactly.
when
Bama's
Bama is
Bama.
on their game, they can beat anybody.
It could be
The
anyone.
problem
Yeah.
is that
the
coach, I believe it's the coach. The coach just doesn't have these players prepared to play. He just doesn't have them. I mean,
Well,
against Georgia, you saw prime Alabama against Georgia, right? And then what happened?
yeah.
Boom.
bro, Georgia
Yeah.
is like 44-2. in the last like 3 years, and those 2 losses are both to Bama.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't,
Not
I
anymore,
don't have as
but-
much faith in Bama this
Yeah,
year
no.
as
No, I
have
don't
had in the
either.
past. And
No,
I'm
I
just
don't either.
liking Ole Miss a lot more. So I'm pulling for Ole Miss. I want to see them in there.
Nice.
All right.
So
Well,
So-
boys, like Tuesday night.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Sure.
So when are the final 12 coming out?
On Tuesday night at
Yeah.
like 7:00 Eastern.
And all these games, all these championship games are gonna happen this weekend.
It's
yeah,
on Friday,
Yep.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yep.
So then we'll have a lot to talk about next Wednesday.
Oh, definitely. Oh,
sir.
definitely, boys. It'll be a great
So
time.
Gabe, I don't know if you want to join us again,
Oh, he
since
definitely will.
college football is your thing, and then obviously hockey. But we're not going to be talking about hockey today. We
That's
can talk
fine.
about hockey another day.
Yeah.
But okay, well then that's what we're thinking. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let us know. Let us know what you think. Maybe you guys think we're crazy. Who knows? That's what we are. We're fans, and we're just giving out our opinion. And follow us, comment, like
Yep.
us, hate us,
Good stuff.
and that's it for us.
Make
All right,
sure
Gabe.
you hook 'em horns. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks, Gabe. Yeah,
Yes,
thanks.
sir. My pleasure.
All right, thanks, Gabe, for joining. Will
Yep.
this this is Will Senior,
And this is Will Jr.
and we are
Are
out.
out.